Young or old, rich or poor, individuals, families, and all in between. The Y is for everyone. Because when everyone comes together, when everyone is provided a chance, when we support one another, when we open up our minds and our hearts to each other, we can all shine. For years, the Northwest Connecticut YMCA has been at the center of hope, has been filling the gaps and bridging the divide so that the spirits of our neighbors are bright, that the dreams of all who come to us are vivid. In 2017, more than 2,750 youth and teen members walked through the doors of the Y, finding a safe, supportive, and positive environment on the other side. Nearly 800 learned to swim, play basketball, soccer, or participate in another activity. But at the Y, it's not about the bounce of the ball or the splash in the pool. It's about the laughs that are had, the smiles that are stretched, the relationships that are formed. From childcare to summer camp, nearly 500 smart, creative, talented kids were able to learn, were able to make new friends and explore with their peers of all colors, shapes, sizes, religions, cultures, and backgrounds. Ultimately all playing, all skipping, all laughing together, exactly the same. It's a foundation of unity, equality, inclusiveness, and love that will support a better tomorrow for all. For nearly 6,500 adult and senior members, the road to a healthier future is being set. They are challenging themselves. They are accomplishing goals. They are fighting diabetes. They are unknowingly serving as role models. They are empowering their minds. They are energizing their households, their workplaces, their community. A community in which the need remains great, in which the Y is and will continue to be there for those who need it most. For the 57 individuals who escaped the cold thanks to our homeless shelter, for the almost 300 at-risk children who received support and services from the Winchester Youth Service Bureau, the 60 who learned how to read through the tireless work of the literacy volunteers, and for the countless others who came to us and are now on a path to a better life. $181,929 was awarded in financial assistance to 856 in-need individuals and families this past year so that they could build a healthy body, mind, and spirit at the Y. Because here, we believe that we all need a helping hand. We all need a shoulder to lean on, and that together we can build confidence, we can build strength, we can build happier kids and healthier adults. We can build something great. We can build a better us. We are the Y, and this is our story.
If it wasn't for the Y, I probably wouldn't be here, and I wouldn't have all of my friends, all of my help, everything that I've had. I'd pretty much lose so much things, all my bonds, my relationships, anything.
He started having issues at school, and he spent a few days out of school.
I am a foster mom, so me and my husband both work full-time out of the house. My husband is 40 minutes away, and I had 2 foster children placed with me at 1 o'clock in the morning a few months ago in an emergency situation.
The good news was you're healthy. The bad news is now you're in these 2 categories. You're pre-diabetic and pre-hypertensive. And I felt like I got shot. I just couldn't believe it. I was very shocked, and I knew what that meant. So when Madeline said she had found this program, it's for diabetic, pre-diabetic, I said, well, just sign me up because I'm there.
I think as I've been involved in the Y, not just as a member, but as a board member and as a volunteer the last 10 plus years, I think what keeps you going in this kind of organization is the way and the manner that you are able to create opportunities, not just for yourself, but for your peer group, for your community. And those opportunities for healthy living, physical activity, social responsibility, and community, you can do those in other venues, but the quality of the work that you can generate through the Y is unparalleled. And that's why this place is so special.
It means everything to me pretty much, because if I didn't go to camp, I don't know how I'd be in school. I'd probably get a lot more in trouble at school. not be able to control myself.
He was having a lot of issues in 5th grade, and they had suggested that it might be a good fit for him because of his issues. He does have wicked bad ADHD, and he's also on the autism spectrum and has some anxiety issues too. So his first year was between 5th and 6th grade as far as camp. And when he went back in 6th grade, the staff at the school and all the teachers noticed that there was a big improvement.
It's just a lot of fun. Most of it requires teamwork and bonding with each other. Everyone there is the same. They've all have had something happen in the past or that's happened recently. Everyone knows how it feels to deal with that. So it helps you with not only socializing and bonding, but helps you get through things. So they know how it's like to say hey, I'm scared. They're like, okay, I got you. You'll be fine. I noticed that camp isn't just all about doing things like running and stuff, playing and stuff. I realized that it's more about friendship than anything else, especially at this camp. And it makes you forget about all the issues that you had.
It was my first practice. I didn't really want to do it, but my mom made me do it. We were doing butterfly kick, and that's what really made me like it. I don't know why, but I just did. And I've been doing it for 5 years now. I didn't think I would be this good of a swimmer. I've gone to Boston 5 times to swim since I've been starting swimming.
He's really starting to come into his own. He swam at the New England's up at MIT, and I'm just proud of him and what he can do. When you get down there and you teach somebody how to take care of themselves and prove to everybody else that they can do it by themselves without the assistance of somebody else, it just makes you a proud dad.
Oh, the coaches are great. They're very nice. They're very supportive. They always tell you how to do something, and they always encourage you. If you don't think you can do it, they're like, think you can do it, and you can.
He told me the other day that he wanted to be part of the Coast Guard. So if that's a dream that started at the YMCA, I congratulate everybody that works at the YMCA.
The problem was he was still on the training wheels for his bike, and he could not swim without a bubble. And of course, we had 8 weeks for that to happen, so that was a mountain. The counselors at Race for Chase were very committed to helping him get off those training wheels, because it really meant a lot to him that he not be going to these races with these training wheels on. And he did get them off, just I think the week before the race. From the beginning of the camp to the end of the camp, he went from being a non-swimmer to being able to swim without his bubble and swim at the race from the beginning to the end without having to stop or walk and stand up. So he was very proud of that.
When I got to the green, my next goal was to swim all the way to dive to the bottom, and it took me some time. It took me about a week, but then I was able to dive down and touch and go back up.
During the race, he crushed his bike. He lost his bike chain. He fell. He was bloody, but he kept going and he didn't quit.
When the chain fell off, I knew it fell off, so I tried to see what was wrong, and then right when they started to work on it, it looked like they really couldn't get the chain back on. So I just had to walk the whole way back.
As a parent, to see your child be able to compete like that and not let things stop them, even when they know there's no way they're going to win this race, to get up and just keep going, is very cool to see that he has that confidence and that will to go on. So on the way home from the first race, the first year, the way he put it was, are there more of these things? Because of course his bike had broke, and he wanted redemption. So we did a little searching, and we were able to find other places where he could do youth triathlons, and he's continued to go on and compete in these throughout the state, throughout the year, and made a lot of friends doing it. So it really helped him beyond just the 8 weeks of camp.
He started at the Y when he was 8 weeks old, and he's been here ever since. I think being with the group of kids that he's with and growing up with them is really building friendships and And it's more than a daycare. He really is learning so much. He came home the other day and was telling me how ladybugs hibernate, and I didn't even know that. So I'm learning things from him that he's learning from childcare.
What did you learn last week? Your colors? Yeah. What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Blue. What's Mommy's favorite color?
Purple.
Purple.
Yeah, it's a great feeling to know that I can leave Kurt with people that I trust and I rely on to do the best they can to take care of him. And I feel like they treat him just like I would. It's a great sense of relief to have him here. I had 2 foster children placed with me at 1 o'clock in the morning a few months ago, and I spoke with Jana, and she was able to enroll one of them the same day and the next one within 2 days, so I missed minimal work. They were both autistic children, and I think that the staff embraced it and never made them feel left out in any situation. You know, whether it was circle time or playtime, they were included in everything, but they also respected that if they didn't want to be involved in circle time, it was really catered to the child.
You had a lot more experience with a lot more different programs than I did, because you've been Y member, Curves, Weight Watchers. She's the program queen right here.
And you know, I knew after meeting Matt as the instructor and how dedicated he was, that he was going to get us through this. And as many valleys that we had and struggles, we had the peaks go along with it.
We went into it not looking at weight loss, which certainly happened, but looking at let's get healthier and let's get that A1C number down. That was always the benchmark or the goal for us, so that was the thing we were always working on. And the program benchmark was a lot on, you know, starting with the scale and documenting your weight loss. And you set a goal and it's like, okay, maybe I'll lose 15 pounds, and then all of a sudden you're there and you're like, oh, I gotta set a new goal. Oh my gosh, that actually happened. I was very shocked.
Oh, it's great giving our clothes to Goodwill.
So all the area thrift stores and Goodwill and everything made out very well. Of course, it was a double because we gave our clothes and we bought clothes.
He said, you've got to fly sometime. You know, I have to clip your wings and, you know, let you go, so.
But for us, it was like the end was just the beginning. Now we realized it wasn't just that session for that period of time. This is a lifelong commitment. If we don't want to fall back into old habits and old routines and things, we need to stay committed and keep trying new things and move forward.
I just came here because I wanted to spend some time out of the house a little more. Felt like I was being cooped up and I didn't feel healthy, so that's why I signed up.
I started here trying to get a little bit faster because I was pretty slow, and she made us do laps, and now I'm starting to get better.
On the bicep curls, at the start of the year, I could only do 10 pounds. Now I can do like 25 with ease. So I've progressed a lot with my weight and being able to do body exercises.
Workouts are rigorous, but she gives good advice. She'll always talk about eating healthy diets, stuff the like.
For me, I've seen their social interaction and friendships build, not just with the kids themselves, but with the kids' parents as well, which has been huge.
I met these two when I joined this class. I found out there was a class for homeschoolers here, and that's where I came. Yeah, I have online classes, so I never really get to talk to anyone during the day, so I look forward to coming to the Y every day.
I do think the social aspect is pretty big with going to the Y, because you get to meet new people.
To see them grow from young gangly kids when they first started to having strength, confidence and really good agility, great coordination skills in the last 12 months, to see their bodies change a shape, it's been fabulous.
And I started coming here a lot more often to play basketball with my dad in the classic pickup games, both noontime and 5 p.m. on Fridays and in the work week. with all the legends of the Y, the stories that emerged and the relationships that were forged, and that the time course of watching these men who'd been doing this for so long together. They used it as a stress reliever, they used it as a way of staying healthy, they used it as a way of bonding with each other, and to be part of that and to be folded into that as a young man had a profound effect. And continuing this over the decades that I've been coming down here, and to see the evolution of being one of the young guys to being one of the not so young guys, and to realize that the pattern is repeating itself in a healthy way is a really neat part, because you realize that the institutional memory is self-regenerating, and that's very, very neat to see. Over the years, to see the transformations of all walks of life, not just the kids, but to see people who are looking to get in better shape or to recover from an injury or to get back on their feet after health issues, and to see those kinds of transformations time and time again is critical, and I think it plays a vital role in the community. And I think the breadth and the depth of the roots that the institution that the Y has is profound.
I'm from Brazil. I speak Portuguese, and I am here in United States 5 years. I'm married, and I have 2 kids. Study English in Norwalk Community College, but I stopped after I'm pregnant, and after this I start learning English with Peter.
Well, Priscilla is very bright, I can tell you that, and she has a strong command of written English and reading and understanding. And she's a little bit shy, so I think what we've been focusing on more recently is getting her to speak a little more and to write a little bit more. Those are probably the 2 things she may not want to do as much, but she has a photographic memory of words. She spells English words very well, better than me in some cases. Well, it's a great experience for me. I'm retired. I was in the corporate world for 30 years, so I wanted to give back, and it's really, I gain just as much as I think the students do from this experience, because it's very rewarding. My students are adults, they're looking, and many times they're looking for employment, or they just want to better fit into our society. So I teach them how to read, write, and converse in English. So it's been very fun. It's a fun experience for me.
It was a concern to try to get a place that would be helpful for recovery, and yeah, I think this is nice and quiet. You don't need a car, you can walk to anything. It's central. You have the gym, and it's almost 24 hours a day, but I do have a head injury, and I found that working out and diligently working out can really help. I didn't know how to read anymore. That had been removed, the part of the brain. For safety, so that there's no seizures, they take out little parts. And it just happened, it was the part that read. And also, they took out the part to speak, speech section. And let me tell you, to get those back going again, it's a long haul. You can really feel it as you age. And so, working out is even more important. Things do get better. There's like a plateau or a little slowdown. And then things get better and better. And one reason why I do use hobbies at chess is that helps kind of study your actual health level. The brain is the most sensitive part of the body, and the slightest, anything wrong with the brain, it shows up in chess. You will struggle to concentrate, to come up with good strategies. I have been in running races, and every time you're in one, you see all the volunteers, and 9 out of 10, they're going all out for you. And so you just feel that sooner or later you have to. And there's not always an opening for volunteers, but when there are, you know, I keep my eye open, and I actually did volunteer for the mud run, and that was a real experience. And for the volunteers, they had hamburgers and everything at the end, and it was like a little party.
Not only can you come down here and work on your jump shot, or not only can you come down here and work on your bench press or your 10K time, but you can be connected to an organization that makes a difference that you can see. And you see it not only in yourself, but you see it in the community at large, and you see it in the individuals who come through this building and are attached to it.
I think we feel physically more comfortable here. It's the other staff and the other people who come here, and it's across ages and genders and everything that, you know, we'll be struggling on a machine and someone will come up, some young teenage boy or an older gentleman or somebody, and say, can I help you with that or this? It's a community spirit, it really is.
There's days that he doesn't want to leave. He wants to stay here and, you know, sleep over at the Y.
It's a strong institution, and it's not going anywhere. And what we're going to be able to do is just try to work to make it a little bit better every year to keep that mission going. If it wasn't for the Y, I would have a lot less fun in my life participating in a community that I really care about.
If it wasn't for the Y, I wouldn't be able to stay healthy.
If it wasn't for the Y, I would be a couch potato.
If it wasn't for the Y, I wouldn't be as confident and half as strong as I was when I started to come here.
If it wasn't for the Y, we wouldn't be able to do swim lessons with her and I, and we've made some unforgettable memories with them.
If it wasn't for the Y, I would have nowhere to go after school.
If it wasn't for the Y, I would not be able to swim a mile today in the pool.
If it wasn't for the Y, I wouldn't have so many friends I have today.
If it wasn't for the Y, I would have never fallen in love with basketball.
If it wasn't for the Y, I would have made a new friend.
I wouldn't be trying to get so healthy.
If it wasn't for the Y, I'll play too many games.
I feel as fit as I do, but the best part is the camaraderie that I get here.
If it wasn't for the Y, I definitely would not be healthy, and I wouldn't be as social as I am today either.
If it wasn't for the Y, my son wouldn't be building the great relationships he has with his friends.
I wouldn't be a proud dad without the YMCA watching my son swim with the lasers.
I would not be as confident.
I wouldn't have so much fun.
If it wasn't for the Y, I wouldn't be as fit and active.
If it wasn't for the Y, I couldn't be able to run, bike, swim as good as I can right now.
I would not be able to stay healthy and be a good example. I'm a healthcare provider, be a good example to the patients that I work with.
Have so much fun.
We love the Y.